hello everybody. This is Arturelia Film Room Reviews. Today we have Corey Michaels Movies and Sin's Corner. Today,
we're trying to do it fast.
Yeah, we're doing a review.
Not a professional studio here, people.
Yeah, we're working
Not
on
yet.
it, but today we're doing a review of
a Richard Donner film.
The Goonies. I recently watched it from the 1980s.
What year?
1985.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't even know this was a Steven Spielberg film until
3 minutes in, you can tell right away.
Yeah.
Well, it showed his name.
Well, yeah, that.
But it's
There's
got that
that
feel. It definitely has that
The
feel.
music, the bright, just fun.
The banter with the kids and
Yeah.
how natural it sounds. It actually reminds me of a movie I saw recently called The Vast of Night on Amazon. And the naturalness of the way those characters were acting reminded me a lot of a movie like
this. And it's like Spielberg movies always have these normal people that encounter like these great, I mean, E.T., Jurassic Park, they're normal people, but they encounter some just crazy phenomenons or...
They're dropped into a fun adventure.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind, just, usually it's normal people.
Yeah, and today we're going to be reviewing this. So basically, the plot is, your normal neighborhood with kids that just crazy kids doing stuff. You got the Asian.
I still see Josh Brolin pedaling down the road in that truck.
Yeah, good scene.
The Asian kid with his inventions.
Yeah.
You have the punk kid that just stirs up trouble.
Corey Feldman.
And,
oh my god.
Mouth, as he's known in this.
Such a butt.
The chunky kid that's just wanting to eat everything.
Obsessed with ice cream.
And then you have Sean Astin as the main.
Yeah.
I guess he would be the main,
The one that wants to go on an adventure and
Very
save his
earnest,
home.
earnest young boy.
Yeah, wants to save his home because it's going to be sold.
The really perfect ensemble of 80s characters.
But apparently his dad works at a museum, which apparently there's a map that was hidden in a frame that has a location to a treasure.
Right, and they want to find some money because their house is going to be foreclosed on and made into a golf course, I believe. Then they go on this hunt for the treasure.
And that's basically where the story starts. I mean, you have I feel like with every character that Steven Spielberg makes, it feels natural, at least with kids, I've noticed. Because when they act, it feels all natural. It feels like they kind of let them do what they do.
Honestly, it really does. It feels like it feels like they're ad-libbing so much. I mean, maybe
just
they're
like
not.
they're friends,
Yeah,
I mean,
but just the camaraderie is fun to watch.
Right.
And the way they act is just like typical kids.
Yeah. Yeah, it works well.
Most of his films do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just these everyday people that get caught up in a pirate treasure hunt.
Yeah, and then you have these bad people that...
The bumbling bad guys.
Yeah, the Fratellis. Basically the Three Stooges.
Yeah,
I mean,
that are also looking for the treasure that is hidden. And, I mean, they're the typical bad guys that are wanting to take some treasure with them.
Yeah, it's very Indiana Jones.
Like you called it.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
I would say more kid-friendly, but Indiana Jones is pretty kid-friendly too, so it's just...
Sort of.
Depending.
I mean,
yeah,
with
kids,
you
the main.
have Nazis in it, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I mean, they're not, but...
More historical.
Like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, that scene with the guy melting, that might petrify some
That
children.
might.
It didn't petrify Cruz, though. He just kept watching it.
Yeah, there was no scary... There is some eeriness to the Goonies.
Yeah, like with the
with
there's
some
skeletons,
of the score and
and pirates.
But nothing that scary.
I felt like the editing was pretty good. I didn't see any issues with the editing. It looked nice.
The plot was pretty decent too. It came around to all the different things tied in very well together.
Right.
Yeah.
And the interactions between everybody and how they came into position to be doing, like, when Josh is going down the hill and those other teenagers come along, then the girls get involved, and and then even the guys in the car get involved somehow.
Right.
Everybody sort of tied in together.
And it's a very nostalgic. I guess a lot of 80s movies are nostalgic, but this one, I guess, just the coming of age, the band of friends, kind of like Stranger Things.
Yeah, exactly.
Meets Indiana Jones, sort of.
I think it's what somebody would want to recreate now like in Stranger Things, which that works for the most part. Yeah. But you know, Super 8. I don't know. Have you seen Super 8?
Yes, I have.
Kind of like that. That one's good too.
He did that too.
I think he did. I think Abrams directed, but he's always there in these type of movies.
With his fingers involved.
So
for sure.
I mean, overall, I can't really. I know the characters have their own personalities.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. We found out some history that yes, there have been pirates on that side of the.
Yeah, this is in Oregon,
based on a true story. Sort of ish, maybe.
Sort of, kind of, maybe. I don't know.
Possibly, I don't know how much is true.
And I mean, I like pirate stuff, so this would be entertaining. Yeah, they get thrown into situations, and then they really get into something big when it comes to the whole historical part of the pirates and the treasure.
Yeah, this is just something you would want to go do as a kid.
Now, if for nostalgia purposes, yes, definitely 80s. And if you're into the 80s, this would be a film for you.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I remember the first time I ever watched this movie, not wanting to rent it, but my mom pretty much... She didn't make me, but sort of made me after I couldn't find what I wanted to find. And we were probably there all night, and she's like, here, just watch this, trust me. And I didn't want to, but...
And did you like it as soon as you watched it?
Yeah, it was my favorite movie at that time. And still one of my favorites. So.
The characters do meet this so-and-so at some point. You know, the deformed guy.
That,
yeah.
Hey, you guys! Yeah. Pretty classic at this point.
But one thing I like, I mean, so obviously adults can watch it and enjoy it too.
Yeah.
But it is definitely more geared towards the younger audience. You've got some kids in peril, but it's not, I mean, maybe younger kids might think, oh my gosh, they're really good. But, you know, as an adult, you're watching it, you know there's nothing really bad is going to happen to the kids.
Right.
But,
well, except for that one scene where they had to do the piano.
Yeah.
There could have been a life and death situation
but
there.
You still know, like, the one where Data was falling, and he could have landed on the spikes.
Oh, yeah, but he had a
which
device.
Which could have killed him, but you still don't really... As an adult.
I mean, yeah, he survived. Really he survived Temple of Doom. Now he's surviving Treasure Hunt. I mean, this kid's unstoppable.
And it's just one more note, like, I guess, would this have been branded as a kids movie back then? I would assume.
I want to say, what was it rated? PG?
PG, I think.
It's funny because, like, I just think.
Yeah, PG.
Stuff back then would never happen now. Like, okay, let's say like Corey Feldman. Talking about the drugs and the cocaine that's hidden and torture devices and that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like kids in the 80s movies were just, I don't know, allowed more, I guess.
Right.
I don't think that would be allowed today.
No, times have changed.
It's more serious, not even more serious, just more adult content in 80s movies then than...
Adult content, but yet funny and lighthearted at the same
not
time.
Like... Yeah.
Not anything obscene.
I wouldn't imagine that happening now, for some reason.
As for at least our enjoyment, I mean, I personally enjoyed it. I get that 80s nostalgia feel, even though I haven't lived in the 80s. Now my mom has lived in the 80s. Do you remember this film?
I do remember it.
Did you see
it? I think I saw it in the 80s. I just couldn't tell you when. I didn't see it in theaters. I don't even remember. Maybe I saw it with Lisa. I have no idea. But I did see it in the 80s because it's been around a good while.
Yeah, I mean, I personally enjoyed it for what it was.
Did you like it as much as you thought you would? Because we first made him, he first watched it just last night.
I like it as an 80s film. I think it's better than most stuff today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, then you like it a
it's
lot,
not
I guess.
it's more magical than now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it's... Yeah, original. I mean, it's not completely...
You
can't recreate something like that.
No.
You know, a lot of kids types adventure films of today, they do not capture that same fun, magical quality.
No.
I think that's what he's trying to say.
And I mean, like we were talking about Stranger Things, and it does good at it.
Close.
Yeah, but it's a recreation of kind of this,
right.
You know, and it takes place in the 80s, and you know that's what they're going for. And Super 8, I thought did pretty good.
Yes, it did.
But that was in the 70s.
If you have
70s.
Steven Spielberg in something, the magic shines. I mean, not to mention, he still does stuff. It's still great. But back then, in the 80s, and like this film, you can just tell there's a charm about it.
One after another.
I'm more
great
drawn
movies.
to Steven Spielberg's kid movies than I am his adult movies.
E.T., Goonies, Gremlins.
Well, then there's Indiana Jones. That's
Jones.
That's true. That's true. You're right about that. But didn't he also do Saving Private Ryan?
He did.
Yeah.
And he also did. Did he do AI?
He did.
I'm like. No, I'm sorry. I thought the something I got about allergies today. I think my favorite part about the Goonies was the part where the guys just say, "You guys." That's about it. There's nothing else I like about the Goonies.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's the only part you like in the film? The whole film is great. You know, okay. The whole film is great for nostalgia purposes. Okay, it's a great film. I mean, I think it ranks up there. It's not as good as some other great films of Steven Spielberg, or at least when he made this, produced it or whatever. You know, he was involved in this film, but I gotta say, it's a great film. That was a good part, but that's the whole point. Is the whole film is great. What are you talking about, clone number one? You're dumb. I mean, really, and you're disgusting too. I mean, you got a lot of like allergies or something, man. You're gross. You're just gross.
Right, you're saying I'm dumb because I only like that, but that's just my opinion. I mean, come on, Arturelia, you know that I have my own opinions. Arturelia number 3, Arturelia number 2, or myself, Arturelia number 1. I mean, come on.
Well, I gotta say here, he's an idiot because he only likes that specific part. That's it. That's all he likes is that specific part. He's an idiot. I gotta say. The whole character dynamics is great. You can't just say that's your best part of this film. The whole thing is great. You may have the right to your opinion about that, but, I mean, come on. You know, he's ridiculous. I mean, clone number 4, can you help me out with this, lunatic? No hablo inglés.
He's not gonna say nothing. He's always makes fun of. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just have a lot of bad allergies today. I like it because it's funny, that part. Everything else is got to me. I mean...
This guy's an idiot, alright? Come on. It's a great film. It's a great film. He picks the only best part in that part. It is a good part. I cannot deny that. But he's saying the rest is crap. No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Arturo, why did you even let me sit beside clone number 1? I mean, he's... Yeah, our final thoughts. I thought it was great. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean...
It's one of his favorite films.
The nostalgia on top of it for me, you know, like I said, I watched this... I don't know when I first saw this.
90s?
Were you a teen
Maybe in the...
or younger
No.
than a teen?
No.
Younger?
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It could have been late 90s, but...
Now, I guess maybe I would give it an 8.
I'll probably give it a 9, honestly. Does it deserve a 9? I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'll give it 1.
I mean, see, you're basing your score
On how you feel.
based on your emotion.
Yeah.
That's how I don't necessarily always judge by the cinematography and the artistic and the this and this.
Which was good too. I like the score too.
Yeah.
I thought the score was good.
Yeah, like at first I was telling you maybe an 8 because it is great, but when you think about it, it's rewatchable.
Yeah.
You could have a good time watching it. It's pretty simple to follow, and it's not.
Yeah.
I like Jaws better than Goonies, but that's just because it's got that horror thriller type
Jaws
aspect.
might be my favorite Spielberg movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one.
I like the
Quite
Indiana
a lot.
Jones series.
Yeah, see, there's Indiana Jones.
He makes too many great films.
I think probably Indiana Jones is my favorite Spielberg stuff. Yeah. That's what
even though George Lucas technically wrote some of it. So you're a 7.5.
I would give it a 7.5 to 8. I really enjoyed it. And 7.5 to me, like I said, it's not, to me 7.5 doesn't mean anything's for. When you get below 7, that's when you're getting like, oh, it's okay, but, you know, it's...
I mean, we can't rival Terminator and Dark Knight for you.
No, you absolutely can't. Nothing can.
Alright, well, I guess, and you're sticking to a 9.
Yeah.
I guess recommendations, I mean, E.T.
E.T., Stranger Things,
Super
8.
Oh my goodness.
What other kids' movies were there?
Oh gosh, I just had several on the tip of my tongue. But
can't really.
Those are the only ones I can think of that. Well, Stranger Things isn't directed by Steven Spielberg, but it has that vibe from the 80s.
Well, I know, but yeah, we're just
and the ones that he did direct, Super 8. Maybe Poltergeist, if you want to go with that a little bit.
That's got more of a horror element to
but it still feels like that kids.
It does, but it feels like it's got a little bit more of an edge to it than Goonies does.
Yeah, it does.
Goonies is a little bit more lighthearted.
Yeah, it is.
Gremlins, but not,
maybe
not really. It's not really many kids. Feldman's in that one again.
Gremlins, did he direct it?
I don't know. Joe Dante directed, but Spielberg was there. You know, probably halfway directing it.
Gremlins feels like it's got more of an edge to it as well, because people actually get killed. I mean, there was somebody got killed in the Goonies too, but I mean, there are people that get killed in pretty brutal ways.
I'm surprised this is a PG movie after seeing a bullet through the guy's head and like.
Goonies? You didn't see the shooting take place though.
It was PG, wasn't it?
Yeah, he looked PG.
That's a wrap. You can follow Corey Michaels' movies, where he does take his time getting videos up.
Corey.
In Sin's Corner, where she does live reactions, she laughs, she cries, a little bit of both. And she gets pretty political sometimes.
Well, sometimes, but not intentionally. It just comes... No, it's not really. It's just... It's all based on what I'm reacting to, honestly. I don't just start a video, well, today I'm going to talk about this thing.
Like Bill Burr's video that got you thousands, almost, of subscribers.
Yeah, that was the one that triggered everything.
Anyways, you can sub to him, you can sub to her, you can sub to me, you can sub to everybody else.
Yeah, sub.
Just sub everybody.
Peace.
Adios.
Hi guys, thanks for watching Arturelia Film Room Reviews. If you want to follow more of what I do here, click the subscribe button. You could also follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I also have a Discord server. If you want to be part of this community, you could click on this link here in the description.